Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this leche flan. This is so smooth, creamy, and delicious, you're going to love it. Before we start, go ahead and measure out all of the ingredients that you're going to need. To make the caramel, combine the granulated sugar and water in a medium saucepan. Make sure not to mix it because we don't want it to crystallize. We're going to simmer this over medium heat until it turns into a really beautiful amber color. If anything crystallizes on the side, swirl your pan around just to melt it down. Be gentle and don't overmix. This is the color that we're looking for. Make sure not to burn it because it'll become very bitter. Take it off the heat and pour it into your dish. Make sure to work fast, but also be careful because it is very hot. Set it aside and allow it to cool down completely and harden before using. I'm using my heart-shaped cake pan to make this. For this next step, you're going to need to separate 10 eggs. This recipe only calls for the egg yolks. Go ahead and store your egg whites in an airtight container and keep them refrigerated. You can use them for another recipe. In a bowl, combine the yolks with your sweetened condensed milk. We're going to mix this very slowly and make sure to break up the yolks as you go. You don't want to overmix this. Once combined, add in your evaporated milk, vanilla extract, lemon juice, and salt. As I mentioned previously, please make sure to mix very slowly to prevent air bubbles. Straining the mixture is going to result in a smoother flan. Strain it slowly, at least 3 times to get rid of any unmixed bits. This also eliminates air bubbles. We're going to strain it one last time, except this time we're doing it into our baking dish. Once it's full, gently tap it against the table. If you see any air bubbles at the top, scoop them up with a spoon. Transfer it into a bigger dish and add some boiling water. Fill it up halfway. Cover it with a large piece of parchment paper. You can use foil, but I prefer parchment paper because it cooks more evenly. Bake at 325 Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. Every oven is different, so keep an eye on it. You'll know it's done when the edges are firm but the middle has a slight jiggle. Take it out of the water bath and allow it to cool down completely at room temperature for 1 hour. Cover it with plastic film and refrigerate for at least 8 hours, preferably overnight. The longer that you refrigerate this, the better it's going to be. Take it out of the fridge and then gently scrape down the edges using a sharp knife. Use a plate that's bigger than the baking dish and then flip it. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next recipe.